Hi, I'm Chris Johnston from Work Visa Lawyers, and welcome to our Work Visa Lawyers immigration videos. We are one of Australia's largest immigration law firms with a team of professional immigration lawyers and registered migration agents who can help you. If you would like us to help you, please hit subscribe and the bell to get notified of our new videos. Today's video will talk about the latest on Australian immigration in April 2022. There's been two big events that have influenced the news for this video this month. The first is that the Australian federal budget was handed down on Tuesday the 29th of March. This provided a lot of details about what to expect in the migration program year for 2023. The second big event is that on the 10th of April, the Prime Minister Scott Morrison called the day for the federal election. The federal election will be held on the 21st of May 2022. Just prior to the election being called, there is often a frenzy of activity and announcements. This is because once the election is called, then the government often goes into what's called caretaker mode. Parliament no longer sits and there's no further opportunity to pass new legislation. Another relevant factor at the moment in relation to this month's news is that Australia has very low unemployment at 4%. There are severe skills shortages in many industries. There are many important updates for March and April. Today's video will cover a new pathway to PR for short-term TSS visa, age concessions for the ENS temporary transition, federal budget and migration program planning levels for 2022 to 2023, state nomination updates, COVID 408 visas, the agricultural visa program updates, DAMA opening in more regional areas, Australia and India agreement and its benefits, PR for short-term TSS visa 482 and 457. After the 30th of June 2022, there are new changes to the 482 visa short-term to PR pathway. Eligible applicants will be able to apply for temporary residency under the Temporary Transition Stream 186 visa. The following requirements must be met. You are in Australia for 12 months cumulatively from the 1st of February 2020 up until the 14th of December 2021. You must hold a 482 visa at the time of the application. You must have been working for the same employer for 3 years prior to lodgement. This new law recognises those that have supported the Australian economy during the pandemic. There are more concessions for the 482 which we've covered in a separate video and a FAQ. New age exemptions for the legacy 457 workers. Previous 457 visa holders will also be able to receive the same benefit in the new PR pathway. Under the current instrument, there is no age limit for those that fall within the definition of the legacy 457 visa holder. Eligible applicants are someone who held a 457 on or after the 18th of April 2017, was in Australia for at least 12 months between the 1st of February 2020 and the 14th of December 2021. This change only happened after the 1st of July 2022. There is also new programs to allow a third onshore 482 visa application for the temporary transition stream. There is big news after the release of the Australian federal budget for this next coming financial year. The migration planning levels will remain at 160,000, but the distribution has been changed significantly. The skilled part of the program will be increased up to 109,900. This rise in allocations will be distributed to employer-sponsored visas and skilled visas such as the 189, the 190 and the 491. Business and investment visas experience a modest drop to 9,500. This may not affect things so much because it is very difficult for them to reach their allocations each year. Global talent also sees a reduction in places available, which will increase the competitiveness for that very popular visa. The government will also invest more to continue the Global Business and Talent Task Force. This will further attract talented individuals and international investment to Australia. Working holidaymaker places will increase by 11,000 in the year ending 2023. Other streams like family and partner visas will experience significant drops, with the focus being on skilled visas. More details are covered in a separate video, the link is here. Following Tasmania, WA and Northern Territory, South Australia has announced its 4-9 quotas are almost empty. However, this is a perfect time for someone who's seeking a 190 nomination, which is direct to PR. SA Skilled and Business Migration are prioritising the following: subclass 190 applications, candidates with their 485 visas expiring within this program year, and highly skilled workers with full-time employment for an SA employer. Tasmania has announced having a limited allocation remaining. They have requested more places, but we don't have an update on that yet. However, there has been no positive news up until now. More than 1,480 applications are yet to be decided and are on hand. Only 1,300 places are remaining. Migration Tasmania will prioritise applicants who are employed directly related to their skills assessment. Some applications may be held over to the next program year, but you will be considered at the arrangements at the time of lodgement. Tasmanian Skilled Migration has published a consultation paper that invites public comment. It is reviewing the migration requirements and settings for the next program year. Overall, there are more positive pathways. Long-term residence pathways for the 491 and 190 skilled visa nominations, graduate pathways, updating the requirements for the Tasmanian graduates, non-student visa holders who complete their courses on the priority list can be considered as TAS graduates. Applicants must have 3 months work experience in their nominated occupation post-graduation. Business owner requirements have changed to 12 months of operation. Tasmania will remove its skilled occupation list for overseas applicants. Offshore applicants can now receive invitations after lodgement of an expression of interest. The new proposal is for review now. Public comments are welcome to enhance Tasmania's skilled migration settings. WA has announced additional nomination allocations for its state nomination program. New applications are now being accepted. All applications will be proceeded with and will be contacted as required. The following invitation round will be held in the first week of May and June. There's now more DAMA options in Queensland, WA and New South Wales. There is a DAMA revolution going on for regional Australia. This gives skilled workers more pathways to permanent residency in Australia. Australia will open its doors to more working holiday makers. New measures have been introduced to support Australia's current tourism and trade sectors. There are now 47 countries globally with access to Australia's work and holiday program. A 30% cap increase to the work and holiday program commences from July 2022. Australia will open to 500 young people from Brazil, another 100 places for Mongolia, a cap increase of 1,000 places for the Slovak Republic. Hungary and Austria will also have cap increases to 500 places. Italian and Danish who are aged 35 and under can now get access to the program. So that's an age increase of 5 years. Good news for Indians who are interested in working in Australia. In the new Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement, 1,000 work and holiday places for Indians have been allocated. Those Indian students awarded first-class honours will have an additional 2 or 3 years stay. They must complete a STEM or ICT bachelor's degree. Vietnam and Australia have signed the bilateral agreement for the agricultural visa program. This will allow workers from Vietnam to work for Australian farms. The agreement helps address the shortages in the agricultural industry for the medium to long term. However, the application process has not yet been published in detail. Please stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Some changes in the 408 visa. Applicants must hold a valid visa with work rights and have 90 days or less before applying for this visa. The 408 is open to any type of work. You must be in Australia to apply for the 408 pandemic event visa. The 408 is really intended to enable Australia to keep temporary workers in Australia during these times of shortage. Evidence of employment or an offer of work should be attached to your 408 pandemic event visa. We have recently received our first visa grants for Ukrainians that are going to be travelling to Australia following the invasion by Russia. I expect there will be more measures from the Australian government in the future in relation to visas for Ukraine. That's the end of today's video about Australian immigration policies for April 2022. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to support us and click on the bell to notify of any new videos. Thanks for watching.